Alright folks, I'm going to do another video update here, trying to catch y'all up to speed with what all is going on with my farm anyway. But I'm back down here in the shed. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm going to run another calibration run on the seed drill. It's actually turning out a little different on the calibration than what I thought, but anyway, that's a whole nother video. But anywho, so I did video last night, most of you've seen today, just explaining what I'd been up to, and I noted a whole bunch of things I wanted to do videos on and cover, so I'll try to start doing those, but I'll try to focus this one on updating y'all on the drought. That's kind of the main thing, I guess, to highlight right now how that's affected us here. You know, I don't know how many people know that there is a drought going on here. I know several of you have mentioned it, commented on it in the videos, and some of you have asked me over the past few weeks how things were as far as that. I know those of you that are in the area or in the southeast are somewhat aware of what's going on. And of course, is it Hurricane Matthew, I think is the name of it. It's going through, it's hitting Florida tonight pretty much. So I feel for those people that are having to deal with that, but hurricane's gonna suck us even drier, it looks like. So we're not gonna get anything from it, at least not for as far as I can see in the forecast anyway. But anywho, so this year, in a nutshell, we didn't have any rain to really talk about in the month of May and June. We did, however, get some rain. We may have got a little bit late June. We got some rains off and on in July. Then August hit, and they forecasted rain, and they forecasted rains, and we just didn't get them. It either just flat out didn't rain, or we missed them. It's kind of an odd situation in this area. There are a lot of rains that came within just a few miles of here. I'm talking very few miles, one way or the other, that did not hit here. So of the area, I mean, everybody's kind of in drought mode, but of the area, there's some areas like our area here that are much worse off than others, and I'm sure there may be some that are worse off than I am, but the fact is we missed a lot of rains at some nearby areas. I'm talking 5 minutes down the road here. There's people that haven't had a bad year at all. Had good crops, had good hay, hunky-dory, but we didn't get it. If you look at this area geographically, it's kind of the start of the tail end of the Appalachian Mountains. So rain typically follows a 53, 56 degree track. And, well, I won't throw out a bunch of weather terminology. In my past, I've done some weather spotting, storm spotting, storm chasing, I guess you could say, a little bit. So I've been through some courses, seminars, different things on that kind of deal. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, as rain normally tracks across here, it's relatively mountain free until it gets to here, and then it hits these mountains, and it's really bad to split and go one way or the other, north, south, towards, northeast, whatever. And that's kind of what we've seen this year. It would hit these mountains and split off, and we would get left dry. People north and south of us would get rain. So, I mean, and it's been that way for years. It's just being abnormally bad this year. But anywho, so yeah, August got here. They forecasted rains that we didn't get. And I was trying to do my second cuts of hay, what there was of them, and it just yeah, I thought it was gonna get rain. It was rain every 2 days, and I needed a good 3 days to do hay. So I went for nearly a month and could have done a lot of hay, and didn't get it done just because they kept saying it was gonna rain. It didn't, and that's just how it worked. But so August was pretty much dry. September again, no rain really to talk about. And here we are in the first part of October, and I can see out the next 10-15 days, and I still ain't seeing any chances of rain. I've seen one forecast that shows some out about 9 to 10 days from now. I don't know if that's the models forecasting the hurricane may loop back around, bring some moisture in here. I don't know. But anyway, so I mean that's as far as rain goes, that's the situation. So what has it done? What has it affected? The title of the farm, or the name of the farm, is Spring Hollow Farm. Has been for years. How it got that name, or who give it that name, I should say, I really don't know. All I can remember back is when I was little, we would get mail every now and then, and it'd be addressed to us as Spring Hollow Farm, and it just kind of stuck. I don't know if sometime back in history, before we had it, maybe it got that name. I don't know, but I can understand how it got the name in the fact that there's a lot of natural water springs here on our farm and around the area. So much so, some of them are even named on Google Maps. So I'll leave it at that. But there's a lot of natural springs, and we're used to getting, all the water we need for our cattle and whatnot from these springs. The house here on the farm that I grew up in is still on well water. There's a well here. And we've been worried about it lately. No problems yet on that. That well has run dry in the past, but just briefly. I remember when I was younger, we had a 500-gallon tank that my dad would use to fill up, for spray, and used it as a nurse tank pretty much. And it was my duty to keep that full while he was out spraying. And there were some times when we had dry weather like this that we would run the well dry for a few hours until it replenished. But anyway, so yeah, the name of the farm, Spring Hollow Farm, as all y'all see. I'm just trying to give you a little history on why that is and where it came from. Like I said, my grandfather moved down here around the Great Depression, 1930s, from Tennessee. Yes, part of my bloodline comes from Tennessee, East Tennessee. So we're mountain people. But anyway, that said, I don't know if it got the name before then or not, but I'm the third generation, and that's what I know. But anywho, the reason I brought all that up was because, like I said, the cows get water from these springs, several of them. And I'm having to switch hands here. My arm's getting tired. I gotta get my GoPro charged up. But anyway, we got these springs, and there's normally several of them running. There's only one trickling right now. So I've had to start watering the cattle. In my lifetime, we've never had to do that. I mean, yeah, we've got a lot over at the barn and whatnot where we keep calves up occasionally. Yeah, we have to water them there. But as far as the main herd's concerned, we've never had to water the entire herd before. So what we did, we went ahead and bought a big trough, water trough, a large one. And I've got it over at my place where I'm on county water, city water, whatever you want to call it. And that way, it really needs to be over here at this place, but I don't want to run the well dry because I figure my cows will drink somewhere between, my herd will drink, not counting the calves, will drink somewhere between 450 to 500 gallons of water per day. Of course, that'll fluctuate on temperature and different things, but that's the situation. So I've started watering the cows. And like I said, they're getting a little bit of water. We've got a little reservoir dug out where that spring runs into, but like I said, I mean, it's like an inch by inch little stream running in there right now, and it keeps getting smaller by the day. I just looked at it a while ago, and I don't see it lasting a few more days the way it's going down. But anyway, I just got done a while ago feeding hay. Yes, I'm already feeding hay. I don't normally feed hay until the 1st of November, sometimes not even into the 1st or 2nd week of November. So I'm starting to feed hay that I don't even have enough of, to be honest. I probably have enough. I've had to cut a few of my customers shy. Of course, they understood. But depending on how much hay I have to start feeding, I mean, they're still nibbling on the pastures what there is, but it's dead out here. I mean, it's horrible. If it was daylight, I'd show you, and I may try to get video of that. But the 6415 setting out here, it's brown. It's solid brown. That's how dusty it is out here. I've been running it around here, bush hogging and getting these fields ready for seed and whatnot, and it's solid brown. There ain't much green to see on it. So that's the situation with the cows. So we'll just see how far my hay holds out. I have seen your comments. Let's see, Georgia Swamp Man, I believe it is told me he's got hay if I need it. So I may very well be taking you up on that offer. We'll see, but or buying some from you, that is. But anyway, we'll just have to see how it goes. My neighbors with the horses, I've got to carry them some hay. Let's see, she asked for a bale, so she's gonna start feeding hay as well. And of course, I try to keep out enough hay for her as well. So we'll see how that goes. How it's affected the hay, since I'm talking about hay. I probably had the worst hay year I've ever had. I won't say my first cuts were terrible. They weren't great. My second cuts were awful. There's a couple of fields this here that aren't very big that I just kind of use because they consistently. I got one little field here that consistently makes 12 to 15 rolls a cut. It made 4, so just trying to put that in perspective. I had another field. Let's see, which one was that? Is a larger field that makes usually about 60 rolls a cut. It made 28 or 30, I can't remember. Around 30. So about half of what I normally would get. I mean, at least I got 30 bales off of it. But anyway, sorry for shaking this around, trying to hold this up with my arm. But anyway, so yeah, my second cuts were completely awful. I had another field that usually makes 20, 25. It made 8. 4, and these are 4x5s on all these that I've noted. So I was kind of scrounging to get enough hay to get. Okay, so I had to. I'm gonna have to splice this video. I ran out of memory, so I just had to upload it to my computer real quick. So I'll continue this video. But anyway, I was talking about the hay. like I said, second cuts were horrible. Third cuts is a joke. There's none. But anyway, so that's the deal with hay. Row crops. Uh, the beans. The wheat. Let's see. Well, I never did tell you how the wheat did. Our wheat actually did really well this year. We had record yields on the wheat. We actually were. One field was in the 80s. 80 bushel to the acre on wheat. And we had some other fields that did well too. It's a shame the price was as low as it is, and it's continued to drop. That's another reason. Even if I was staying in row crop, definitely no wheat this year. One of you has commented about that. Even said something about it to me last year. But even with the price low, we had good yields, so we made a little money there, and that worked out. But looking into this year, as far as doing wheat, no way, not gonna do that. Where the price is right now, if you made an average yield on wheat, I don't know how you'd break even. It'd be tough from what I know. Maybe some other tricks and people have that than I know, but wheat don't look very promising for this next year, money wise. But anyway, on the beans, the beans actually have done, I guess, better than what I thought they might be. They're not great. I don't really want to complain. I'm sure there's some people doing worse than us, but our bean yields, we're starting on the late beans tomorrow. We're a little worried about them. But the early beans that we finished up the end of last week, which would have been last Friday, I believe, is when I picked the last late beans we had. Yields have averaged anywhere from 25 bushel an acre to about 32 bushel an acre. I think we had one field that got 34. That was our highest, but overall we're mostly between 30 and 32. The 25 bushel acre field was a one field that was that low. So anyway, they could be in low 20s. They could have been a lot worse, but they must have got just enough rain in July when they were, in end of July when they were filling pods to help. Now, our late beans, they took off a lot faster than the early beans did because they were getting rain early on. After they came up in late June, early July, but they put a lot of pods on. What I've looked at, but when they were filling those pods, it has been dry. My uncle said he went and looked at some today, checking to see if they were ready to start or not, and he said they were really, really tiny. So I don't know what we're gonna find out on that just yet, but I'm hoping for the best. I don't know, but we'll see. We got about 55, 60 more acres to go and we're done. So I just got done a few minutes ago checking a few things on the combine, checking the fluids and a few things for him to get going tomorrow. I'll be moving the grain trailer here behind me in the morning and getting that over there to where it needs to be. But that's where we are on the beans. I booked them at a fair price. The last load I took filled our contract, so we was able to do that. But price right now is about $9.50 a bushel, so it's not the best in the world. So it's downhill from here. It's just about all I can say. I don't think it's gonna get any better. Price wise or yield wise, and it may just get worse. So it is what it is. So that's the deal with the drought. You know, I don't want to say I'm going broke or anything over it. I don't think that's the case. But it's been bad enough to make me plenty nervous, and you know, I think a lot of people are under the assumption that I'm quitting the row crops because of this drought, and it's cost me money. Not so much. Yeah, I mean it's hurt us this year, but it ain't killing us. But time, what I mentioned earlier, it's just time. You know, I do have a full-time job, which I failed to mention in the video I did last night, which most of you know that. I'm on the road 10 hours a day just commuting for that, or not 10 hours a day. I'm on the road 2 hours a day, 10 days a week commuting to that job. And then I come home and work 3 or 4 hours at night, sometimes a lot more hours than that. And almost, you know, my whole weekends are tied up with the farm. So it would be nice, you know, to cut back and a little bit and get back to a point where I can actually do other things and just be here on the farm. You know, I do have other hobbies I enjoy, and I really love to bass fish. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that to many of you, but I really like, you know, being out on a lake on a boat bass fishing. That's something I've done for several years off and on when I can, and I normally try to keep a boat of some type around, and I do like to fish, and you know, just things like family events and stuff, you know, uh, and other things that go on. A lot of them happen in the spring, a lot of them happen in the fall, and they're both the worst time for row crops because it's when we're trying to plant or when we're trying to harvest. And I miss these things, and you know, I get a lot of friends and family that, you know, oh, we missed you, wish you could have came, this, that, and I was just tied up. I mean, it's just time, and you know, you can't regain time, and you can't, you know, make extra time. It's hard to do that. So, you know, that's just kind of decision I'm making, and you know, that's you know the way it's gonna be, I guess. So anyway, yeah, I'm about to fill it up again here on my memory on this video. I've rambled on for a while, but I'll splice these two pieces together and try to get this uploaded tomorrow. I appreciate all the comments y'all been making on my other video. I'll try to explain the tractor situation here before long, and what's going on there. I know a lot of you are trying to take some stabs and guesses at what I may be getting, and whatnot. So I'll try to fill you in on that. But there's a story. A story that has been growing involving that situation, so I'll try to get that out there. I'm just waiting on some other information. I'll just leave it at that. Some other things to happen before I reveal all that. But anyway, thanks for watching. That's my story right now on as far as the drought goes. I'm probably missed and left out a few things on that, but anyway, get you all somewhat up to date on how the drought is affecting us here. Oh, I did fail to mention, you know, I have been calibrating the seed drill. I'm behind schedule on the seed and getting it out. You're supposed to have it out around here by the end of September, and where was it today? The 6th of October. And you know, people have been telling me, well, don't put it out till you get some moisture in the ground. Well, on the other hand, October 20th, they say if you get this stuff up after October 20th, it's really hard to establish a stand. So I've got kind of a catch-22 here on this grass seed. I'm pretty much at the point I'm just going to have to put it out, take the gamble. I was talking with somebody today. I had some messages back and forth with someone at the co-op, and pretty much the worst case scenario, as he described it, was I put the seed out, we get about 0.2 inches of rain, and it goes dry for another couple of weeks. It sprouts, it comes up, it dies. But right now I don't see any rain for another probably 10 days, so I've tilled up a lot of this ground, and it's so dry there's no moisture in it at all. So my plan right now is this weekend I'm probably just going to start putting this seed in the ground, and it's just going to sit there till it rains. I'm just going to hope that once it starts raining, we start getting some regular rains and it comes on up, and you know, it does okay. I don't know. The other thing's going to be the date, because by the time we get this rain, we're going to be pushing October 20th, and how well this is going to establish a stand. So it's just a catch-22. I don't know what else to do. You know, I either don't plant or I plant. If I don't plant this mixture, I'm probably waiting another year. If I do plant it, it may not even make. I don't know, but that's the deal. So that's one of the dilemmas I'm facing. You know, with the drought, it seemed like last year we couldn't get it dry enough to stay, you know, get in the fields and plant beans, and then this year it's just in complete opposite. So anywho, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for some more updates and catching up of what's been going on here soon. Thanks, y'all. See you.